Welcome to the very first YBA Peter video. This video is inspired by a comment I had on my last short. Today, we'll be showcasing one of the scariest stands in all of your bizarre adventure. Shadow the World. As suggested by our viewer, I'll be using Vampire alongside the stand. Let's fill in our skill tree and hop right into the matches.
And remember, if you enjoy the video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel.
Yeah, it helps a ton.
Another lovely day to play some YBA. Hopefully we get a few good matches in. Sorry, this is my first game today, so I might be a tad slow.
Hey, Fat Man, how do you even obtain Shadow the World? It's not a stand you can just roll, can you?
Excellent point, Stewie. To get Shadow the World, you need to evolve Face the World through the Stand Virus Capsule, a very rare item only gained by completing the questline offered by Enya the Hag.
Well, what does this questline consist of?
Firstly, you need to defeat Part 3 Jotaro until he drops Dio's headband. Then you need to eliminate 20 players using either Jonathan or Joseph's versions of Hamon. Lastly, you need to kill 15 players using Joestar stands, such as Star Platinum, Hermit Purple, or Crazy Diamond. It's a very grueling process. I was a little slow that first game. Hopefully, I can pick up the pace going forwards.
And after all of that, is Shadow the World truly worth it?
Well, to its credit, it definitely is one of the coolest stands to use. The developers did a great job with the visual effects and the overall feel of the stand. However, I do feel that the stand itself is a tad overrated, and is not as good as most people would think.
Why do you think so, Peter?
Well, for starters, it lacks a proper stand barrage. Any skilled player can capitalize on that.
Now hold on, Peter. Its ability Stand Combo is able to attack even when you are stunned. It's crazy broken.
Although it's true it acts like a stand barrage in that sense. It's very punishable. If you are ever facing a Shadow the World, go for barrages. And when you hear the start up to stand combo, block right away and punish their end lag. Additionally, Shadow the World lacks any abilities that break block. Not even a parryable ability.
So, it sucks. Is that the ultimatum?
I know I called it overrated, but that doesn't mean it's bad. It has very strong M1s, the ability to teleport, a counter, and it can stop time. It has a lot of great things going on for it. You just need to tread caution when going up against a competent opponent. Play smart. With that said, the way you play Shadow the World heavily depends on whatever spec you are using alongside it.
Well, Fat Man, enlighten us. What do you think is the best spec combo with Shadow the World?
Well, let's break it down. Vampire may seem like the obvious choice, but it lacks a consistent block break option, unlike Boxing or Jonathan's Hamon, for example. Still, even those specs aren't the greatest either, since you want to try to keep your distance against any wiser opponent. Ideally, you want a spec that covers both distance and your need to break block, such as Caesar's Hamon or Spin.
Oh, so you don't think that the build you're playing is good?
That's not what I said. Vampire is baked into Shadow the World's fundamental game plan. It has to be at least viable. STW's passive, Dark Rebirth, allows me to gain blood back on my M1s. Also, having two counter abilities is always better than one. My final note on Vampire is that it lets you perform a very strong bread and butter combo. Here's how it goes. Stand combo into Ripper Eyes into Judgment. It's free damage.
Well, all of this talk has been quite insightful. Thank you, Fat Man.
It's about time we wrap things up for this video. I hope you've all enjoyed this new style of video compared to my usual shorts. Tell me what you think in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to YBA Peter for more YBA content. Peace out, home dogs.
And then